So, this episode is very long and very heavy, which is why I wanted to start it off with a little disclaimer. So, this episode is like the day after, or a couple days after, I find out that my ex is going to marry somebody else, which is the smallest deal in the world to me currently. But you don't get this happy me. You're gonna get the sad me that is whose world is ending because of this. But that's because it was a really, really hard thing. It was a really hard thing for me to accept, a hard thing for me to hear, and a hard thing for me to get through. And I just feel like I should upload it because, I mean, that's the point of this series, is the raw, hard parts of life that no one else shows because no one wants to see. And, you know, you can look at the views. It's obvious. But I'm not doing it for views. That's the point, is that it's here to be ugly. And it's here to just be me. So that if there is anybody else there that's going through a hard time, they don't have to look at happy, smiling people all the time. They can have somebody that's broken with them. And can see the path that person took to be happy. And that's really the goal here. There's a lot of things in here that I don't really believe, but I'm going to keep them in here because that's where I was at the time. I just want to be honest with that. So just full disclosure, it's me being very sad. I guess that's what this whole disclaimer comes down to. So there's only a couple of these left though, so we're getting to the end of the Doldrums. So I just found out that someone who I love is going to be marrying another, which we know from Princess Bride. It's a very deep pain. And yeah, it's been an emotional weekend. This last school day, since it's the second to last one, we only have one more. Our teacher apparently had a big plan for all of us, but we didn't get to any of it because we just all started breaking out crying. Because we knew it was coming to an end and that people were going to be moving away, and it was the last time we were probably going to see each other. So then we just ended up praying for each other, literally, I don't know how long, 10 hours, 12 hours, somewhere around there. And then went to bed that night, very, very sad, and woke up the next morning, and not 2 hours after that I learned that. So God's been closing a lot of doors, because by the time this sees the light of day, it's probably fine to start talking about it. I went through a breakup. It's totally out of nowhere for me. It wasn't easy, and then I just spent 3 months wandering around. That's when me and Curtis really bonded, because he had just went through a breakup, so we kind of just were stupid for a summer, doing many very things I wouldn't encourage people to do, kind of hoping that they'd go wrong, just because we didn't care. we didn't want to live. But we threw ourselves out there. We went places. We hung out with people. And
some of it went down in the dumps very quickly. But then we kind of found this group and stayed here and got invited to the school, and that really helped both of us. It's been 11 months now since the day that my life changed. And I've grown a lot. I feel like a man for the first time in my life. Gonna be getting my braces off finally. That'll be really nice. But you have to ride the highs when they come, and it's when it's a low tide, it's when things are harder that you find out what type of man you really are, And I get to choose, really, of am I gonna go back to the way that things were and be stupid, or am I going to choose to believe that this is all gonna work out for the better? Am I going to choose to worship and praise a God who's supposedly in control? I have a choice to either get mad at him and be like, why, dedicated my life to you. Why am I doing this if this is what I get? which was tempting this morning, but it's okay. Now I've gotten to the other end where it's just like, nothing else matters, because where else would I go? There's nowhere else to go but God. You created all, and I really don't know how it is. There's a bunch of different ways to look at it. You can either believe that God is in control of everything, and that someone dying of cancer when they're 12 somehow just works out for the better in some way that we don't understand. Or you can believe that there's a battle going on where Satan is trying to steal, kill, and destroy, and God is trying to love. So you attribute all the good things to God and all the bad things to Satan. So I've decided to just try and make my praise louder than my pain. And lay my life down in surrender as a sacrifice. Because so far in my experience, there hasn't been everything I've done for God, that I've sacrificed for God, hasn't really been a sacrifice. Because you get so much more in return, even if it doesn't look like it. So, yeah, my advice to anybody going through this would just be that, I don't know. It's just hard. But even though it hurts, and even though it seems like you have absolutely no future, you do. You have a purpose, and it's bigger and greater than anything you can imagine. And you just need to pursue it. You just need to step into it. And you don't have less value as a human being if you're single than if you're in a relationship. And just work on yourself. Just try and be the best version of you that you can. Because then, you can still be successful. And you can still move on. You can still do great things. And it gets better. Because, like, I was feeling pretty good. I still thought of her a lot, but I was doing pretty good. And now it kind of feels like I'm back at square one in a lot of ways. And it's just, what am I going to do this time? Am I still going to choose God? And He'll lead me to something else wonderful? Or do I run away and end up in a dark place? Choice is pretty obvious. This will all be used to make me a better person. Make me the man I'm supposed to be. It just sucks. That's all I got. Bye. Turn that down. Yeah, it's been quite the week. I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload the last segment that I filmed. I don't know how. If that'd be a smart idea. But yeah, pretty much just feel very betrayed. I mean, it's stuff that happened over a year, well, just under a year ago now. But I still just feel really betrayed, heartbroken over it. But it's okay. Because God led me to a good place, led me to a much better place. I'm surrounded by people that actually want me around now. And even though most of them are moving away, it's okay. Because they gave me confidence and showed me what I'm actually worth. So it's like, I'm okay with being alone for a little bit. Or, and I won't be completely alone, but it's gonna be a lot more alone time, which means a lot more videos probably. It's probably what I do with my free time. I was watching a video. It was like analyzing Chris Pratt and like how to be like Chris Pratt. Not that I want to be like Chris Pratt, but I was just curious, like, why is he so charismatic? And the first thing that it said on like the list is if you want to be like entertaining, or well, if you want to like just present yourself. I'm trying to think how to say it. Pretty much he said that if what you do when you're alone and how you interact with things when you're alone and the mood that you kind of set in a room when you're alone is what you're going to bring to people. It's like they're pretty connected, you can't have one without the other. Like, I mean, you can show up different around people for sure, but people can kind of tell when things aren't genuine. And if you want to appear genuinely, like, just childlike or fun or serious or however you want to appear around other people, the best way to kind of do that is to do it on your own. Like, if you just find one, if you make jokes, like, I mean, I do. I just walk around and make puns when I'm alone a lot. Like while doing chores, I try and make it enjoyable for myself. So I think that shows up when I'm with other people. But yeah, I don't know why I started talking about that. Anyway, it's been a long week, but things are a lot better now. I think I'm already through the worst of it. Man, there's a lot of weight, like, just on me, I feel like, and it's so hard to just let it go. Just like these things that I've been holding on to for 5 years that God's telling me it's not my job, it's not my responsibility anymore. Just letting it go. It's just one step at a time, just one thing at a time. And it's just a really long process. I mean, I've been doing it for 11 months, but I just recently learned things that added more, and it's just like, no. I'm not a part of that anymore. Why is it still bothering me so much? But yeah, I don't know. And I don't know how much detail I want to give here, but really, like, I looked up through the worst of my heartache. I was just looking up YouTube videos on how to get over heartbreak, and there's nothing good
really, the only good advice I got from the multiple hours I went looking on articles and watching videos, the only good advice I ever found was don't isolate. Go out, make friends, try and separate yourself from this incident with just as many awesome experiences as you can find. And make new friends, move on. It's just, that's solid advice. But yeah. So anyway, that's just been hard. And then, yeah, the people leaving, it's just the timing of everything. And then this weekend there's a bunch happening. Today we're doing a fundraiser for a pregnancy center, which I'm really honored to be doing. It was like one of our final biggest tests was we had to lead something. So we tried to organize a worship night, but that kind of crashed and burned in every conceivable way. So that wasn't meant to be. So we're fine with it. So now we're just doing a little bake sale for the pregnancy center, which is good. Got lots of cookies, got lots of brownies. I think it'll be really good. So doing that tonight. Tomorrow we're each doing like a 10-minute sermon. Just back to back, 3 of us students. Which has me pretty excited too. Ran through the sermon yesterday in front of people for the first time, just to gauge it and get their feedback and all that, and it went really good, so really happy about that. Writing sermons is fun. It's just kind of hard when you're 19, you know, say something that people, I just feel like there's more, I have to show up better than if I was older, just because, you know, I'm so young, so I feel like people already kind of have a wall of just like, well, this is a kid, you know, maybe I should really think about everything he's saying, or just ignore him because he doesn't know what he's talking about, you know, so I just feel like there's an extra wall there. But I do think the sermon's solid. I think it'll encourage some people, and yeah. So, anyway, that's where I've been at. Yeah, just trying to spend as much time with these people while they're here before they move out of state, and I don't know, that's life, I guess. You make friends, you think they're the best thing ever, and you lose them either through drama or just them growing up and getting married, and then you still see each other around, you know, but then it just keeps going. I guess that's why marriage is so appealing, isn't it? So that you have, and like a family, is because it's kind of guaranteed to be long term. It's the point of it. Marriage is a friendship that lasts forever till you die. That's, you know, that's the thing. There's gotta be a good girl out there for me somewhere. Oh, no. I've really been enjoying being single. It's been nice not to have to worry about someone 24/7 and just work with God and save a lot of money, man. Relationships are expensive, I'll tell you that. But they're wonderful. I'm just trying to remember all the bad things so I don't want one again immediately. Because I think the longer I wait before having another relationship, the better at this point. The more I move on, the better my next relationship will be, because I won't be bringing in a bunch of baggage, so yeah. Anyway, it's hard. It's really hard losing friends. I hate having people to miss. I hate missing people. But again, that's life. You move on, they go split their ways. You just go through life with who God's given you at that moment. And I mean, it's always been enough, so yeah. Anyway, rambling aside, I think I want to, so anyway, the reason why I started mentioning that I was looking up a bunch of heartbreak healing videos was because there wasn't a lot of good stuff, so I'm kind of debating on just saying like things that I've learned, because the thing with it is like every situation is so different, so there's not like advice for end all be all, but there are like some general things that are just really good, like don't isolate. I mean, man, if I wasn't a Christian, I don't think I would have survived this last season. My mental health was not there. It was only because I believed that there was a God that I'm still here. I mean, genuinely. So, anyway, yeah. It's been good. I just uploaded the Captain Jack Sparrow running video like 5 minutes ago, so I'm really excited about that one. It's really funny. I think it's my best video since the betrayal one. I really like making those, just like shorter, kind of heavily edited little things. Those are like my favorite type of videos to make. I think it's the type of videos that people enjoy watching the most too, so I'm trying to think of more of those to do. Because I have this weird thing where I don't like, I hate how attention spans have shortened. Just, I hate it with a fiery, burning passion. So, because it's like, you need patience and discipline, and you need to learn to wait for what you want. Instant gratification is not how life works, and people need to know that. And I just feel like things like TikTok, and I mean, heck, even YouTube Shorts, or just instant. What's the average attention span of a person? I forget what it is. Like, I mean, on TikTok, it's milliseconds before a person decides if they want to continue watching or not, and it's just like, I hate that. I hate that so much. So when I make videos, I really hate trying to like grab people's attention. It's just I hate striving for that. So I try making slower, boring videos kind of on purpose, out of spite. And then like I try and put something really funny like at the very end of it. So, and I mean, like, no, obviously it's not working. Like, no one's watching all the way through the video because it's boring, and I don't blame them. I probably wouldn't watch it either, but yeah, it's just, there has to be a balance somewhere where I'm not constantly grabbing for attention, but I can still get people to watch for the first few seconds and get invested, you know? So it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that's really bad for culture and people just getting what they want immediately. We need to learn to wait and slow it down. So I'm thinking, like, for this vlog series that I'm gonna start uploading pretty soon, probably. I'm just gonna leave it unedited, and I'm just gonna do an intro saying that, and just like, this is what I'm doing, okay? I'm going to upload videos to show people that life is boring sometimes, and this is going to be the chronicles of the alone time of a heartbroken 19-year-old as he gets to know Jesus more and more, heals more and more, and just that's all the vlogs are going to be. I'm just going to upload 10 minutes at a time, just like once a week, and the hope is that it shows people that it's okay if their life isn't like a YouTube vlogger's, because like so many YouTube, like everything, like what you hear about celebrities, what you hear about YouTubers, it's just, you always hear the highlights, you always hear the exciting things, and they only show you the best of themselves. So it's like, so people start wanting to be like that and start feeling like their life is inferior, or they're not living their life to the fullest because it's not like a YouTube show reel. And it's just, I want to show people that their lives shouldn't be like a YouTube show reel. It's okay to have boring days. It's okay to waste days. It's okay to not accomplish anything for a couple days. You can afford to lose a day or two. It's fine. It's just, we put so much pressure on ourselves to accomplish things, to always live life to the fullest, to have fun all the time. And it's just like, yeah, fun is wonderful. I love having fun. I love hanging out with my friends, playing games. But what are you going to do when you're not having fun? You need to learn how to be okay with that too. You need to learn how to be okay with hard times. You need to learn how to still stay joyful when things aren't going well. You need to learn healthy habits of what to do when you're bored.
so that you actually feed yourself and feed your spirit instead of hurting yourself and hurting your spirit, because we have access to everything. You have access to the best sermons in the world at any given moment, but you also have access to gratuitous amounts of porn 24/7. It's just like, you need to learn the discipline of either instant gratification or learning something for the long term that's actually going to help improve who you are as a person and make your life easier and better. So it's just, that's why I spend most of my time watching worship music, because it's like nothing better to do when you're bored than connect with the Father. Better than drugs. No high like the most high. I heard that at a conference not too long ago. So anyway, I have been rambling for a very long time. Thank you for listening. Yeah, I probably repeat myself on these a lot, but that's okay. It is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks. It's okay if your life is boring. just don't be lazy, but rest. I don't know. Yeah. I'm done. Bye.